See, Tafchin, the honest truth is that it's not about where you go to learn. It's not about what tutorial you attend. It's about you yourself and how much effort you're willing to put in order to pass this examination. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi. Sorry I missed an upload last week, but sorry. In this video I'm going to be telling you guys I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Mdcn experience. Okay, so definitely keep watching. If you've not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you like this video, and let's get right into the video. And if you have any questions, any at all, please don't forget to leave it in the comment section below. I remember last year, before I started actively preparing for my Mdcn examination. For those of you that don't know, Mdcn simply means Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Okay, so for foreign graduates, a little bit of background story so you guys will understand. For foreign trained graduates, that's medical graduates, whenever we come back to the country, just like other countries, right, you have to write an examination, and after that examination, if you pass, you then get the license, provisional license, to practice in that country. So for Nigeria, it is the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria that holds that examination, and then it also grants us the license, the permit to practice medicine here in Nigeria. So before I actively started preparing for my examination, I remember going to YouTube, because you know I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, so the first video, when I searched for that, the first video I saw was this one from Dr. Ify Love. I'm sure if you ever search this Mdcn, if you ever search for anything Mdcn on YouTube, you definitely would have seen her. I also saw this lady's video, Dr. Sonia Ogun, and then so many others. I also saw Dr. Debbie's video, and yeah, they just spoke about their experience, what you should look out for, what you should be careful of, and so on and so forth. I'm going to be doing my own version of the Mdcn experience. I'm going to be telling you guys what happened, and then in the course of the video, I'll also be giving you tips and maybe some little advices that should help you with your Mdcn preparation. So yeah, I'm doing this video in collaboration with Jennifer, Dr. Jennifer. You guys go and check this girl out. Start with my video, start with hers, whichever, but just make sure you watch both of them to be able to have a full view, a full idea of how this Mdcn, the examination preparation and all. Yeah, we went to the same attended the same tutorials with her, and we met there, and then since then we just started chatting. We wanted to do this video together when I traveled for my induction in Abuja. Unfortunately, I could not meet with her. I'm so sad, but it's okay. So we're doing this virtually, or not virtually, but we're just doing it like separately, but then it's in collaboration with her. Okay, so you guys go check her out. Her name will be here, her Instagram. She's a big girl on Instagram, guys. Check her Instagram out. I get inspired from her Instagram. Anyway, yeah, let's get right into the video. So yeah, I'll divide this video into 3 sections, okay, into 3 parts. The first part is before writing the exam. The second part will be preparing for the examination, and the third part will be actually writing the examination, like what really happens in the examination. Okay, all right, so let's start with the first part, which is before the examination. Okay, before, like last year, by this time I was in final year in Hakib National University, VN Karazim. Yes, so around this time, I think this was when COVID came and then the quarantine started. So at that time we were not even sure if we will be able to graduate, if we'll be able to come back home, and then if we'll be able to sit for this Mdcn examination. And then usually the examination is done in 2 parts yearly, one in May or June, and the other in October, November. Okay, at that time, by this time last year, those that were supposed to write in April, May had already started preparing for the examination. So yeah, I remember then I started passively preparing for the examination myself. Yeah, so when we're supposed to write our examinations, that's our CROC exam, I just dumped that one, the Mdcn preparation, and I focused on my final year examination back in Ukraine. So I got to Nigeria in September 16th, I guess. That was when I returned back home. Okay, so now the period of preparation. Immediately I got home, I dropped my things and just moved back to Abuja. I spent literally 3 days here in Jos, and I went back to Abuja to prepare That's because that was when the on-ground tutorials for Mdcn was going to start, and the examination was supposed to be for 20th or 22nd of November. So now we're in the second section of this video, which is the examination preparation. So for my tutorials, right, we had classes 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, but then we had group discussions. The group discussions we had them on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, basically the days that we don't have class, and then the only day we had to ourselves was Sundays. So it was like intensive, and then our classes started by 9 a.m. and then it ended whenever we end. Because sometimes some teachers teach so well, and before you know it, you have so much to cover, and then you are trying to cover so much within a short period of time. I am so glad and grateful to God that everybody I prepared with passed, thank God. I mean, everybody I had personal group discussions with. And yeah, so let me give you a brief summary of the whole preparation and what exactly is expected of you. So basically, you're expected to learn clacking, counseling, levels of prevention, and then physical examination, things, differential diagnosis, and then review of system. Okay, so yeah, for clacking, basically there's a format we're supposed to follow. The format is similar to what we learned in school, but then this one is a little different, and then we're supposed to do it within a shorter period of time. Like we did a shorter time frame, that's like 5 minutes. So the time for your examination at each station is 5 minutes, right? So if you're clerking, you're supposed to clerk for 5 minutes, but when we were practicing, we practiced for 4 minutes because we factored some things out, like you being tense that day, you being you making a mistake and then having to start all over again in the middle of your clerking and counseling. Yeah, so because of that, we always practiced with 4 minutes. Okay, so that's for clerking. For clerking, the format is there. Then for counseling, for us in Ukraine, we really didn't do I was never taught counseling in school, so I didn't know what it was. Apparently it's a thing here, so you have to come and learn it. It's very similar to clerking, but in counseling your knowledge is being tested. Okay, like it's basically you pouring out your knowledge to the patient, and then make sure you empathize with the person. Apparently empathy carries bulk of the mark in counseling. So you're not just educating the person about the condition, but you're also empathizing with the person and then giving the person hope. Yeah, so we had to learn how to do that within a short period of time, which is like 4 to 5 minutes. Then the next part, which is level of prevention. For levels of prevention, we learned 3 in school: primary, secondary and tertiary. And then the Nigerian system, Nigerians, they divide it into 5. And I learned that there are 2 more that are still coming up, so yeah, but we learned the 5, and when we said the 5, we were good to go. So we learned that one too. So we did levels of prevention for different diseases. It could be cervical cancer, it could be malaria, it could be meningitis, and so on and so forth. So that one we also practiced within 4 minutes. Then came physical examination. Actually, you're also supposed to perform a physical examination within that 5 minutes also. So it could be abdominal examination, it could be cardiovascular examination, it could be respiratory system examination, and so on and so forth. So in review of system, right, you may be asked to give 10 symptoms of the gastrointestinal system. So you list that 10 within a short period of time. Usually those questions come in, I think they usually come as part of a question. Do you understand? Not just the question itself, because like listing 10 is it's like too small for 5 minutes, right? So, and then that, and also differential diagnosis. So may tell you somebody has an abdominal pain, and then they'll tell you list possible causes of that abdominal pain. So that's where you begin to list your cholecystitis, pancreatitis, and PMS, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so that's basically differential diagnosis and review of system. So all these were the things we learned within 2-3 months of our Mdcn preparation. Before I started and joined my tutorial class, I remember so many people recommended other tutorials for me, but I decided to choose the one I'm doing now. A little bit of advice for you: decide within yourself and go with what you've decided. Don't look back and don't follow the crowd. There's something someone told me before I chose my own tutorial center. She told me that, see Tafchin, the honest truth is that it's not about where you go to learn. It's not about what tutorial you attend. It's about you yourself and how much effort you're willing to put in order to pass this examination. Bam. Since she said that, I just said I'm going with this, and I didn't even go with it because of anything. I just went with it because that was the first thing I thought of that came to my mind, right? And I just went with Mdcn. And I must say that I'm really glad that I went with Mdcn. It's like the best place for me. I'm personalizing it because so many other people went there but still couldn't make it. So this is to tell you that, and it's not like they're dumb. Another, Mdcn is not for the smartest person. The success of Mdcn is not for the smartest person. It's not for the most brilliant. It's not for the sharpest person. It's not for the person that when they just ask question, he's the first to answer. It's not really for, like, it's not necessary that those are the people that will pass. Do you understand? It's for God that showeth mercy, and you just do your part and continue to pray. And that's one thing they kept telling us. One other thing I'll say is, for me, physical interaction is very important for me for every examination. So I made sure that I had physical interaction with so many people. That was my own mode of studying. I didn't just isolate myself, and I didn't want to do it from online. I'll also advise that you leave your house, like leave somewhere you call home, leave your comfort zone, and then travel elsewhere. Let it be that I'm here because I'm preparing for this. As soon as I'm done, I'm leaving for home. Do you get my point? That way, everything that's in your mind is examination. Do you get me? Like when you wake up, you're thinking of the examination. But if you're alone, you know that the only thing you need to do is to eat, read, and sleep. Yes, any other work you're bringing to yourself, you're bringing it upon yourself. So I also advise that you leave a place called home, you leave your comfort zone, and then go to another place, settle, and then prepare for your examination. Yeah, one more tip. Besides being taught in class, also interact with people from other tutorial centers, because nobody's an island. Our tutors are great. They were awesome. In fact, I recommend them to everybody. But at the same time, interact with your friends. Don't interact with them and make yourself feel less, because you definitely see that they will teach your friend something that they've not taught you before. Do you understand? So don't interact with them and then begin to feel bad or begin to feel like medicines are not doing their best. That's not the reason for interaction. You're interacting so that, should in case you make a mistake, somebody will correct you. And then it's good to converse with people from different places. It's good to have another opinion of something. And then sometimes maybe your teacher has taught, but then you didn't understand very well. And your friend's teacher taught them in a different way. And then when you're being taught in that way too, when your friend shares it with you, do you understand? Teaches you in that same way, you understand better. Do you understand my point? Yeah. So for me, I had a friend that we studied together with, like two of themselves. They were from two different tutorial centers. So in the evening, I would discuss with one. In the night, I would discuss with one till dawn. And then that was what we basically did during that time. I was off social media. I didn't do YouTube. I was off YouTube too. I was not uploading for like 2 months or 3 months. The last time I posted on Instagram was like 10th of August. Actually, I deleted my Instagram, so I didn't know what was going on. That was when that NSAS was happening, and I didn't post anything about NSAS, not because I didn't want to, but I didn't want to be tempted to download my Instagram. You get me? So I just went on Twitter and saw them, and I reposted things I could repost on Twitter. That was what happened to me during that time. I had to remove distractions as much as I could, right? I barely posted on my WhatsApp status. I took off I forgot about anything like business and anything. I was just me. Basically, my routine was wake up, eat, read, sleep. Eat, study, sleep. Another thing you can use for the preparation is the Telegram pages. Please don't neglect that. It's very helpful. Now, let's go to the examination itself, which is the third part of this video. So, you should finish your tutorials 1 week before the exam, or at least 5 days minimum before the examination. And then I would advise that you travel to the center or the state of your examination at least 3 days to the examination. So for me, I traveled on Sunday to Ibadan, and then our exams was set for Thursday. Yes, the exam was set for Wednesday, sorry, and I traveled on Sunday. So I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday was the exam. I had like almost 3 days. Yeah, before the examination. If you can travel earlier than that, that's great. If you can't, please, a minimum of 3 days. Now, I say this because the first day you get there, the hotel you would have booked online may not be what you expect. Do you understand? It may be worse, so you may have to go and start looking for another hotel or an accommodation to stay, which is what happened to most people, even me, including myself. So the hotel I reserved was really bad. They put up good pictures online, but then when you get there, it's like terrible. So we have to now start looking for another place to stay. Good. Then the next day, it's advisable too that you know the spot and location of your examination before the day. A taxi driver is just a taxi driver, and human beings make mistakes. You may impute the address on your app, but then the man may forget. The man may not know the place, and you begin to turn around and around. Before you know it, you're late for the exam. The worst thing you want to do for yourself is to be late for an examination like this. Please try and be early for so many benefits. Okay. Before the day for the examination, try and know the venue of the examination. Make sure you keep your clothes, your outfit ready before that day. Be mentally ready. Sleep well. Now, you're not going there earlier so that you're able to get chokes, because the worst thing you want to do for yourself is to expect chokes for the examination. It is supposed to be that for at least 2 months you've been preparing for your examination. You've had several mock examinations in preparation to this examination. Okay, it's not when you travel for your exam that you're now going to go and pay somebody some money so that they will close you in some room and then teach you questions that will come out. It may end in tears. So please, let's be careful and let's be guided. Okay, I just want to advise that you don't go and pay anybody any amount of money in order to help you for this examination. No, just study hard and go in with yourself and God. And then you guys, now the day of the examination, this exam will be divided into 2 parts: CBT, computer-based test, and then the oral, which is the OSCE section. Okay, so for the CBT, you just go in, sit down on your computer, do your 300 questions in 180 minutes, and then you're good to go. That's it. Make sure you click submit at least 5 minutes, before the due submission time. This is to avoid overcrowding of the internet and server and everything, and then any mistake can happen. Actually, there's a general switch. The person switches it off when they tell him to switch it off, and your examination starts when they say start. Some people didn't get into the hall early that day with us, so at the time they were saying stop, I'm sure they had not finished. It's better you stop and submit half work than for your work not to be submitted at all. So please try and finish at least the ideal is 10 to 15 minutes before closing time, but try and submit at least 5 minutes before they say stop or submit. Use the timer on your screen, but always listen to what they are saying, because sometimes the timer on your screen is timing when you started, not timing the whole test. Do you understand? Yeah. And then for the OSCE, when you get back from MCQ, try and just rest. If there's anything you want to revise, but I advise that you rest and revise and practice. Try and be early. Now for your OSCE day, try and get there early. I'm sure by now you know that they'll tell you to get there by 8, but then your time, you may actually start your exam by 4 p.m. Yes, that is very true. That happened to me. I got there by 7:30, and then my exam, I actually entered for my examination around 4 or 5 p.m. Or is it 3 p.m. so that I entered? Yeah, from 3 to 4 p.m. Yeah, that was when I entered. So first thing I will say is try and eat before that time. If you're the type that easily gets hypoglycemic, you need your blood sugar to be high at the time that you're doing the examination. It's very important. Okay, now for the OSCE, you have 10 stations usually: clerking, counseling, level of prevention, physical examination. So for us, we had 2 clerkings, 2 counselings, 2 physical examinations, 1 instrument. Yeah, there was a place we had to identify a urinary catheter or urethral catheter. We had to identify that and then answer some questions under it. And then there was a station too where we had to talk about zoonotic animals, benefits, advantages and disadvantages of having animals or rearing animals close to the neighborhood or close to your living environment. So that's like 9, right? I probably have missed one. Okay, yeah, so that's how it's going to be like. So you talk, after talking you go to the next station. You may probably talk to the next one, maybe physical examination, next one maybe counseling, the next one maybe clerking. Take note of your rules and regulations. Always don't miss them. Before you go for this exam, just be sure that you always have an opening statement. Be calm, don't rush. It's better you finish on time than finish and be staring at the examiner and then you forgot to say some things. And it's better you actually finish on time than you're still talking, saying things that are not on the marking scheme, and then you still don't have time. So that's how it went that day. Afterwards, we just went home, slept. For us, our results came the next day. So that's how it went for us. I don't know how it's going to go for you. So yeah, that's basically it. Tips for the examination. Try not to believe everything that happens that people say outside. Some may be true, some may not be true. For physical examination, there are rules. Just follow them, whether you understand them or not. Somebody's understanding of a question is different from your understanding of a question. Somebody may come out and tell you that, oh, they asked me to click contraception. But what was actually there was cancel this patient on contraception. Don't listen to people, because if you go there now, you begin to ask and you begin to click contraception, not cancel contraception. Okay, when you get there, read your questions, make sure you understand it for yourself, and then start answering. Be respectful, be polite, dress responsibly, look responsible. You don't want to do this type of hair that I'm carrying now for your exam, because this will distract you when you're trying to do something. It's just everywhere and you keep doing this. It looks like you're scattered, it looks like you're not organized, it looks like you're not responsible. Not because you're not, do you understand? But you don't want to give the examiner any perception of the person you're not. Okay, you want to go, if you're doing this, if you must braid, try and wrap it around and let it not disturb you. Okay, if you must have a weave, bone straight, try and pack it so it doesn't distract you at all. Advisably, be very decent, modest, clean iron work coat. If you're confident with makeup, fine. If you're not confident, just go with your bare face. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so above all, my experience was good. I'd say that it was an experience for me. I'm glad, I'm grateful to God that I'm able to write it and pass once, and thank God. I met new friends. I met people that I would have never met if not for this examination. That people that I'm still friends with right now, and I'm glad I met them. In the course of preparing for your examination, don't forget to have fun, please. So there was this night here that we're all tired of reading. Like, we now said, oh, let's go out. We went out, sat down, we chilled, you know, and took pictures, made videos, and all of that. I don't regret doing that at all. Sometimes take out time to chill. Honestly, it won't hurt. At the end of the day, I'm very sure you end up successful. You end up victorious. I wish you the best in your preparation. Just be open-minded. Don't be scared of anything. Just go there. And know that Mdcn is not there to fail you. The examination is not supposed to fail you, and it's not too hard or difficult. You're not supposed to be scared of it. You're just supposed to go and face it like an examination. Okay, if you're too scared, you will not be too frightened and begin to overpour stuff. Meanwhile, what's expected of you is just the basics that you need to know. So when people tell you learn these basics, it's very important. Actually learn it. Focus on it. Not really those highfalutin stuff. If you read a question and you can't comprehend, trust me, it's not an Mdcn question. Yes, I know. If you read it and you're able to understand it, it's just that you don't know the answer. That's an Mdcn question. Most of the thing that will happen to you that day is you entering and you don't know the answer of the question. Not that you don't understand the question. Most of them you understand. During our time, they actually made sure that those except questions, they wrote the except on it. So it's that you don't know the answer, not that you don't understand the question. Do you get my point? Yeah. And with this, I'll leave you guys to go to Jennifer's video. Jennifer's channel and watch her video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, you guys. If you have any tip or anything to say about the examination, please leave it in the comment section below so that people can come and check it out and learn from you too. Okay, and I'm going to catch you in my next one. I tried vlogging. I attempted vlogging as the YouTuber that I am. So the next video that will come up is going to be my vlog of the experience, like the Mdcn experience. So I took my phone intermittently, trying to talk to you guys about the whole process. You'll see my emotions that way. That time, yeah, it was raw. There were times that I wake up in the night crying, then after that I'll carry my camera. There are times that I'm very stressed. There are times that I'm having fun, just going out, and I'll now take my camera and, you know, vlog a little. So the vlog is in patches. Is in patches, yeah. The vlog is going to be in pieces, but then I'll try to bring it together and then upload it either on Friday or next week Monday. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys right in my next one. Bye.